Today we're going to make a bed rack for my new-to-me pickup truck so that I can use my pop-up camper. This camper used to go on my CR-V's roof rack, however that car got stolen and totaled, so here we are with the 2018 Nissan Frontier. High bed racks are too expensive for me to justify buying one, so I'm going to make my own. I started out by taking measurements of the bed and making some sketches. The Frontiers come with a utility track system, which is very sturdy and should make this pretty easy. It's basically an aluminum channel that's attached to the bed on each side. Once I had all my dimensions, I finalized my plans in a notebook and even made this quick sketch for you guys to show how the rack will be secured to the utility track. Alright, it's a new day and I've got all the metal that I need for this project, so let's take a look at what exactly we need. Alright, so I'll start with hardware and the bed coating and stuff here so that we can put that to the side and come back to it later. You're going to need 16 bolts and 16 nuts. I'm going to do nylon locking nuts. I don't have to worry about anything coming loose. And then 32 of these washers. This is going to be to fasten the angles to the utility track and then to fasten that camper rack to the angles. The other thing is you could just paint it. I'm going to do a truck bed coating so that it's sort of a rubberized, it's protected, and it's going to have a texture that matches that of the bed of the truck. We'll come back to all this stuff later, but for now let's put it aside and we'll talk about the fun stuff, which is the metal stock and how we're going to cut and weld that to make our Overlander rack. This is what we're working with, all mild steel here. Now I got all this stuff from a metal supplier down in Kent, Washington. Depending on where you're at in the world, prices might vary a little bit. All this stuff that I got was $130. That might be a lot, that might be a little, depending on where you're coming from. Everything's expensive in Washington, so that might sound high. But for where I'm at, I think that's a very reasonable price, honestly, especially since they cut all of these different parts to length for me. I just went there and picked them up and was ready to go. So we're $130 in. Let's see where that gets us. First, we have these 4 sections of steel angle. These are what are gonna bolt to that utility track system and provide something for the rack to fasten to. We have 8 coupons here cut out of 1/8" steel. These, as well as the sections of angle, are all 4 inches in length. These will provide the backing for the angle to mount to the utility track system, and they'll act as the feet for the Overlander rack to bolt to these. Next, we have some steel channel. I believe this is 0.95 wall thickness, or 95 thou. I'm not sure how you guys in the metal industry talk about this stuff, so feel free to make fun of me. We've got 4 26-inch sections for this one. They'll be cut down a little bit, but these will be the vertical pieces of the rack. And then we have the same channel in a 42-inch length to span across the roof of the rack. Some C-channel to provide some extra support. This is 2-inch by 1/2-inch C-channel. And then I just picked up this offcut 1/8" steel stock from them. It was like $3 and I figure I could make some gussets out of it if I need to. Well, that's everything. What do you say we do some amateur fabrication? We're gonna start small with the angles here. Drill a few holes. So like I said earlier, this rack is gonna basically rest on 4 feet, which are gonna be these just flat bars, and they're going to bolt to the angles that are attached to the utility track. So what I'm going to do is just drill 2 holes here, 2 holes here, and then for the other 2 as well. Seems to me the easiest way to do this is just secure it with a C-clamp, and these do not need to be precise at all, really, as long as they line up, which they will because they are clamped together. I should really get a scribe. Love it. It's a good thing I'm replacing this workbench soon. I just realized maybe I shouldn't mix these up. washer. Actually, I want to go through this way. Oh my god, the holes work. Then on each one of these, another washer. Nut. So this is where you can hopefully start to see where this plate will slide into the Utilitrack system. Tighten down these nuts, which will clamp it into that system, and then the Overlander rack will rest on here. But let's test fit this thing up and make sure that it fits. It's like a half a millimeter too tall. I kind of expected that. I'll just shave it down a little bit with the angle grinder. All right, now let's try this. Let's try this again. Just took like not even a 32nd of an inch off of this. All right. That's another reason why I want to use that truck bed coating. It's because I figure it'll help with the metal on metal contact. Cool. I don't need to tighten up that other one really. All right. Cool. Now I guess I'll just make 3 more of those. Wow, that is really sturdy. These Utilitrack systems apparently can handle up to 200 pounds per loading point. So 4 brackets, we got an 800 pound capacity. It's going to be plenty. All right. I have the strangest mix of music playing. It's like Chris Stapleton followed by Bryson Tiller. Alright, so off camera I did some more drilling. Figured you guys didn't need to see that. But I took the other 4 flat bars and drilled holes through so that the foot of the bed rack will get welded here, and then we can bolt it down to secure it to the bed. So did that for each one of these. Now we can start, break out the welder and start welding our shorter channel. All right, based on my drawing, we need to go up 24.5 inches from that angle to be able to clear the roof with the camper over there. We also want to come in 6 inches to match the roof line up here. That's what that horizontal part is. So that means the overall length of the tube is going to be about 25.25 inches. It's been a long time since I've used SOHCAHTOA. These 7th grade math skills are coming in handy, so I know I need to cut this end down here at 90 minus 76, so 14 degrees. And of course I don't have a speed square, so it's time to do something stupid that'll probably hurt me later. Level. I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay. This is such a bad idea. Again, people, this is not exact science, obviously. 8 over? No, 6.5 over. That's fine. Alright, so I came to my senses and I actually made all of these cuts on a friend's chop saw. So they're all at exactly 14 degrees, top and bottom, all the same length. This is much better than doing it with the angle grinder, which was pretty much guesswork. So now I'm gonna clean up these cuts and prep some of these plates so I can get them tacked in place with the welder. Alright, so I'm at the point now where I've ground the mill scale off of the plates and cleaned up these edges with the angle grinder. And I believe I can just start tacking these up. I do want to make sure that these are as straight as I can get them. Alright, so I'm just going to be tacking these in place with my little one 10-volt Chicago Electric flux core. There's a chart on the inside, so we're using this on max power at a wire speed of 8. So if our tacks are in a good spot, I'm just going to keep going with each of these, and then I'll do a full pass to completely weld these feet to the channels here. I think it's important to adjust your settings before you really get going, but I ended up taking the wire speed down to 5 so I could get a little bit more heat into the flat bar there. And not the prettiest weld, but it'll definitely hold. It's got good penetration, it looks like, on both pieces, so let's keep plugging along. This is about as good a weld as I've ever done. Not that that's saying much. Let's test fit these things up. .46 exactly. Just using magnets to hold it in place here. Now's the part where I try not to get any weld spatter on my nice new truck. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Yeah, so now those two portions of the rack are welded. 1/2-inch channel, or 2-inch by 1/2-inch channel that I was talking about earlier. Alright, I am running out of daylight here. I don't know what the best way to do this is. Cool, cool. I'm gonna move these rear ones back a little bit. Alright, I'm getting B-roll. Do you consent to the back of your head being on YouTube? As long as they don't look like boogers. Yeah, if I can shake the truck, that's probably a good sign.
Yeah, the whole truck shakes, so the thing doesn't move at all.
Wide dip. All right, I think it'll hold. I think it'll hold a bed. Let's rock it over. It's a little heavier than the rack, huh?
I'm so small.
There we go. We got it. All right.
I can't see that.
All right. I think we're good. We just need these bolts to be on either side. Like they need to be like that.
Oh, gotcha.
Square her up.
Yeah, we're gonna line.
Oh, look at that rig.
Putting the washer on first or second?
Second.
Sheesh, you got the special Pittsburgh version.
Yeah, that's right. That's from Harbor Freight. That's their like value brand. That'll do. Right on. Maybe a 1/2 inch clearance up there. Get over there. I'm kind of scared. I feel like I need like a step stool.
Yeah, why don't you have a ladder?
I gotta have something I can stand on, right? All right, Mr. Woodblock will have to do. Oh, this isn't so bad. Wow.
Nice.
Is anything creaking down there?
No.
No?
Move around.
Is it solid?
It's real solid. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. All in a day's work. The good thing is all the deflection, like when I get in and when I sleep, like
Yeah.
my head's the only thing that's really past there, so it shouldn't like sag at all, I wouldn't think.
Definitely not.
Also, if I really needed to get some extra coins, I could put like a 1/4-inch shim right here. That might work. I don't think I'll need it though. Or I guess it was like $800 new. And he was like, well, the zipper doesn't work, so if you want it, you can just have it. I was like, all right. So that's gonna wrap up this build. The camper feels very sturdy, and that steel channel will give me somewhere to mount things like lights, a traction board, or jerry cans if I ever decide to add on to this build. Thanks for joining.